Okay, this is going to be how to find the molarity, mass percent, mole fraction, and molality of a solution. The solution that we have is composed of 1 gram of ethanol, and that is C2H5OH, and 100 grams of water. And that's going to give us a final volume of 101 milliliters. Now, to find the molarity, first we have to define what molarity is. Molarity is defined as moles per liter, and that's going to be moles of solute per liters of solution. So now what we have to do is find out how many moles of ethanol we have, because ethanol is our solute. So that can be found from the molar mass of ethanol, which happens to be 46.07 grams per mole, and that you can find off of a periodic table just adding up the elements. So the way that we're going to figure out our molarity, first we have to find how many moles of ethanol we have. So by setting up a simple equation, we're going to say we have 1 gram of ethanol, and then we're going to multiply that by 1 mole over our mass percent, or over our molar mass. Our grams cancel, and we're left with 2.17 times 10 to the negative 2 moles of ethanol. Okay, so now that we have the moles, we can find our molarity by putting that over how many liters of solution we have. So the volume that we were given was 101 milliliters. So what we have to do to find the molarity is say 101 milliliters times 1 liter over 1,000 liters, because there's 1,000 milliliters in a liter, and that's going to give us 0.101 liters. And then all you have to do to find the molarity is put your moles, which we found before, of ethanol, over the total liters of solution, which is 0.101 liters. And that gives you a final answer of 0.215 moles per liter. So next we're going to find our mass percent. And mass percent is defined as the mass of solute, which is our ethanol, divided by the mass of solution times 100, and that of course makes it a percent. So you have the mass percent of our ethanol is going to be 1 gram, because that's how much was in solution, over our 100 grams of water plus our 1 gram of ethanol, which is of course 101. Divide that, multiply it by 100, and we get 0.990% ethanol. And there's your mass percent. Third, we're going to find the mole fraction. The mole fraction, all it really is a ratio of the moles of a certain component to the total number of moles of the solution. So what we want to find is the mole fraction of ethanol, and the equation is going to be the moles of ethanol divided by the moles of solution. So it's going to be the moles of ethanol plus the moles of H2O, and N just means moles. So first we have to find, we know how many moles of ethanol we have, so we have to find our moles of water. And that can be done by saying we have 100 grams of water. You're going to multiply that by how many grams per mole water is, and you can also find that from the periodic table. It happens to be 18. So we're going to say 1 mole over 18 grams. Grams are going to cancel. You're going to get 5.56 moles of water. So now the equation becomes very simple. X means mole fraction of our ethanol is going to be the moles of ethanol, which we found previously, divided by the moles of ethanol plus the moles of water. So that gives us moles of ethanol divided by total moles, which is going to be a final answer of 0.00389. And there's your mole fraction. Finally, we're going to find the molality. Some people confuse molarity and molality, but they're actually really different. Molality is defined as the moles of solute, which is going to be our ethanol, divided by kilograms of our solvent, which is the water. So to find the molality of our ethanol, we're going to have our moles of ethanol, which we found already, divided by kilograms of H2O. So we're going to have 2.17 times 10 to the negative 2 moles of ethanol divided by 100 grams of water times 1 kilogram over 1,000 grams. Grams cancel, and our final answer is going to be 0.217 molal. Little m stands for molality. And there it is. So it's really not that difficult. And there's a nice review of how to find some methods of solution composition.